The time is now. Will you stand amongst the elite? Welcome to Joker's Invite.
Just do it! Make
really,
your
Mint?
dreams
I should have
come
known.
true.
I should have known. Welcome, Mint. And thank you, Tigre. And we are live in St. Petersburg, Florida. Thank you for the host, Mint. All right, our first match pits Myraid Shards against Andrea in a Falls Count Anywhere match. So, bets are live. Place your reservation. Bet space 0 for Myraid or 1 for Andrea. 500 space rest for 1 to 1,000 jokers. What is up, Brawl? And thank you for tuning in. Man, you guys came through. I had people waiting for the last like 20 minutes in the starting soon scene. Y'all came through. I love it. I love it. Don't forget, we will be live again tomorrow and Tuesday at 4 p.m. Brought it. I got your DM on Discord. Whatever you think looks better. As you know, the one title, it's in the middle, so it's whatever you think will look better. All right, making her way down to the ring. She has over a record of 4 wins and 2 losses. She is Myraid, the Shards.
You suck.
No, you do, Mint. I muted my mic accidentally. Making her way down to the ring. She has over a record of 6 wins and 8 losses. She is Andrea.
Guys, what better way to start the night off than with this one? I can't think of a better match to kick the night off, Michael. In fact, we haven't even gotten started yet, and I can assure you that this will be a tough match to follow.
Now, once again, this is a 1v1 Falls Count Anywhere match. So we will see who will walk away with the dub in this match. The bell's ringing. The match is underway in this 1v1 Falls Count Anywhere Karo tie-up. Andrea transitions into a wrist lock. Has Myraid in. I was a little late on that one, Mitt. I was a little late on that one. I had a message come across my phone, and then that played at the same time, so I wasn't sure which phone, because I actually have that ringtone on my phone. So I wasn't sure which one was going off.
Test of strength here.
Counter double tie up. Madre has backed Andrea up against the ropes. Clean break. Great sportswomanship between the two. Myraid grabs Andrea, grabs her by her hair, and flings her across the ring. Roundhouse to the shoulder. Big old kick to the ribs. Myraid in control of this match currently. Stomp to the wrist, and she slams Andrea's face first into the canvas. Rolls her onto her back. Looks like she's going for a pin here. We got a 1, and Andrea kicks out at 1.
Seems a little early.
Myraid grabs Andrea, walks her over to the ropes, leans her up against the ropes, and uses the rope to knock her back down to the canvas.
Thing for a superstar to remember in a Falls Count Anywhere match is that anything goes.
Andrea grabs Myraid. Looks like she's trying to get some momentum. Cross the legs. Oh, you know that hurts. Big old kick to the back of the head. And a forearm. Madre gets back up to her feet. Grabs Andrea. I didn't realize the size difference between these two. Myraid is quite taller than Andrea. Double knees to the turnbuckles as Andrea sidestepped. Andrea grabs Myraid. Takes her down.
Watch your
Up the
profanity.
ropes. Hey, I haven't swore yet. And Myraid reverses with the chin buster to the chin of Andrea. And then once again with the hair whip, tosses her across the ring. Myraid brings Andrea up to a vertical base. Grabs her, whips her into the turnbuckles, runs over, and then monkey flips her out of the corner. Goes for the pin. The ref counts a 1, and Andrea kicks out at 1. Big old kick to the side of the head. Andrea felt all of that one. Myraid with a stomp to the bridge of the nose of Andrea. And now going for the submission here will Andrea tap. And now Andrea is going to fight out of it. And make sure you guys stay tuned. Stay tuned for after the show, even including the JJI Broadcast Championship match. I'm going to be revealing the Season 4 titles to you. So make sure you stay tuned. Some of my mods and my GMs got to see the titles last night. I was up till 3 a.m. making those titles. And also, you're going to get to see the new names for the shows as well. So stay tuned for Season 4. Myraid brings Andrea up to a vertical base. Hooks the head. DDT. Cross-arm DDT. Drops Andrea. Myraid grabs Andrea, walks her over, slams her face first onto the apron.
When it comes to Falls Count,
Brings her up to a vertical base.
there are few better than the November 2016 battle.
And then slams her onto the apron. Once again, our cameraman Bob with this camera angle. Great camera work, Bob. We have one of the best JJI crews out there. And yes, you know you want some of the hottest merch out there, such as this t-shirt. All my merch is fully customized. When I have merch for everything and everyone in your family, including your dog. So make sure you check it out in the link. If you happen to catch us on YouTube, the links is down in the description. We got a pin, we got a 1, we got a 2, and Myraid walks away with the dub. But anyways, make sure you check out the links in the description and check often because I hold two promos a month for 15% off your total order. And brought it myself in mints with the winning bets. What about the cat? Hey, you can use it for your cat too. Mint.
retrospect here tonight, we are in for an amazing evening. Believe it or not, that's just the beginning, folks. Stay tuned for more great action.
I'm sure you can make something for that as well. All right, so now Blood Rayne has something to get off her chest. I don't quite know what it's about, but she requested some mic time, and I was like, all right, so let's go ahead. So why exactly is my character here? Wildfire, what is your character? Andrea? Well, it just happened to be one of the randoms that I downloaded when I needed more women. Let's see what Blood Rayne has to say. Bro.
No lacking for confidence, that's for sure.
Blood Rayne's like, we're in for something special, supposedly. We're about to see what she has to say.
Confidence is good. Arrogance is not.
Now she's saying it's time she steps off of her behind and start handling things. It's time to take her own destiny into her own control and change her future. It's time for a change. Wonder what she has to say or who this is about.
No lacking for confidence, that's for sure.
She's like, I'm not an aspiring reality show contestant. I'm not here to figure out what I'm going to do after JJI. I am here for JJI, to be in JJI and become your champion. All right. All right, true words. Those fangs. Yeah, those fangs on her. She's like, unlike some other people around here, she's not going to sit back and wait for opportunities to come. She's going to create her own. So from here on out, anyone on the roster who wants to test me, come on and test her. Oh, wow. She's calling out the entire roster. So she's thankful for JJI Universe to be by her side because without JJI, because where would we be without fans? That is true. She's put out a good promo, a good self promo. Blood Rayne don't have what it takes to be a champion. Well, she hasn't been in any championship matches yet. We don't know. And I have caught word that someone has accepted her challenge and is going to meet her backstage as we speak. I don't know why it's glitching like that. I have no idea why it's glitching like that. It's not glitching on my end. There we go. When stream is over, yeah, I got it, Master. I got your messages. So Natalia is going to answer her Blood Rayne's call to the open challenge. So bets are live. Place exclamation bet space 0 for Blood Rayne or 1 for Natalia, followed by another space bets from 1 to 1,000 jokers. This is a backstage brawl. She's going to meet her backstage. And there's Natalia walking up to Blood Rayne right now as we speak. Blood Rayne asked for an open challenge. She's got one in the form of Natalia. And Natalia, oh, Blood Rayne grabs Natalia. Snapplex takedown. She can try to get out of here. Yeah, she was struggling.
No, God, please, no.
And Blood Rayne taking it to Natalia right now. Blood Rayne brings up Natalia up to a vertical base. Natalia picks up Blood Rayne. Blood Rayne reverses, tosses her into, or almost into, the sound equipment there. Kick to the midsection. Blood Rayne set up Natalia. Natural selection connects. Big ol' elbows, turns Natalia around and slams her into the sound equipment there, the sound equipment box. Natalia answered the call, but she wasn't doing much. Oh, what a Samoan drop by Natalia to Blood Rayne. Kicks her in the face. Now Natalia's starting to get some momentum going right now. Blood Rayne wanted a challenge, and Natalia's answering. Blood Rayne brings Natalia up to, is that Sin Cara? I don't know. It might be. Slams Blood Rayne into some of the more of the equipment there. Oh, and then Natalia stunner out of nowhere. Natalia brings Blood Rayne up to a vertical base. And Blood Rayne reverses, kick to the midsection. Elbow, I think it was elbow, might have been a chop to the throat area of Natalia. Oh, what a super kick. Blood Rayne turns Natalia around. Florida Keys connects. Blood Rayne brings Natalia up to a vertical base once again, and Natalia with the arm drag takes Blood Rayne down. Natalia goes for the big boot and misses as Blood Rayne slices up. Oh, man. What? She just planted Natalia right there. Natalia getting up to her feet, and Blood Rayne is not down for her. Blood Rayne has control of the neck and the head of Natalia. Walks her over, up the hall some. And Natalia with the elbows to the chest and rib section of Blood Rayne. Anyone can get backstage of our show. Seems like it, don't it? Oh, and Natalia just tossed Blood Rayne into my office here. I'm not a fan of that. Natalia grabs Blood Rayne, picks her up. Oh, what a power bomb. Natalia grabs a briefcase, slams it into the knee of Blood Rayne, drops it, and then a stomp to the other knee. Another stomp to the wrist. Natalia's taking it to Blood Rayne right now. Natalia, gut wrench. Oh, a gut wrench slam. And I think Natalia hit the briefcase of Blood Rayne to eat, pretty much to kiss her butt. Kick to the ribs. Kick to the midsection. And Natalia showing some strength. Natalia finally getting some momentum. I think Blood Rayne is regretting what she said. Natalia brings Blood Rayne up to a vertical base. Puts her up in the Firewoman's carry. Oh! And Natalia 5 connects. This could be it. Natalia brings Blood Rayne back up to a vertical base once again. Blood Rayne finally getting some offense there with the block. And Blood Rayne picks up Natalia. Oh, and slams her through the table. Whoa. Blood Rayne picks up Natalia again. Natalia fights back, though. Natalia's got some fight in her still. Hope she didn't break a fang. I don't think she did. Oh, and what a right to Natalia. Is that the Lemon Man from Adventure Time? I honestly don't know. And Blood Rayne tosses Natalia back into the hall. Blood Rayne is lining up Natalia to finish her off here. Picks her up and plants her. Blood Rayne's not done yet. She brings Natalia back up to her feet and then tosses her, oh, into more sound equipment, almost into the parking lot area. And Blood Rayne with the Russian leg sweep on Natalia. And she got all of that. Stomp to the bridge of the nose.
Boom, headshot! Boom, headshot! Boom, headshot!
Not quite, Mint. Blood Rayne brings Natalia up to a vertical base once again. And Natalia sidestepped her as she was trying to go for the drop kick and swat her out of the sky. Natalia picks Blood Rayne up. Torture rack applied and slammed. And Natalia walks away, knocking out Blood Rayne. I think Blood Rayne is regretting calling out the locker room like that. All right, our next match is for the Joker's United States Championship, as we got AJ Young going up against Christopher in a no-holds-bar match. This is a title match, so bets are doubled. Place your estimation bet space 0 for AJ, or a 1 for Christopher, followed by another space bets from 1 to 1,000 Jokers. Blood will never see a title. At that rate, no. She's knocked out. I got medical checking on her now. Natalia made her eat her words there, that's for sure.
The following contest is a no-holds-barred match, and is for the United States Championship.
Making his way down to the ring. He has an overall record of 3 wins and 9 losses. He is AJ Young. Hey, he has JJI broadcast title runs as you do, Mint. Illuminati. No, we have already confirmed there's no Illuminati here. Me and T-Monster confirmed that earlier before the stream started.
Ready to square off here. And there's nothing quite like seeing two superstars settling it in the ring in one-on-one action, Michael.
Jara part of Illuminati? He might be, I don't know. Making his way down to the ring. He has overall record of 5 wins and 6 losses. He is the Joker's United States Champion. He is Christopher. Christopher defended his belt successfully last week, looking to defend it again.
I can say that both of these superstars come into this match incredibly hungry to prove their dominance here tonight. But as we all know, only one will walk away with their arm raised in victory.
Broad, and I don't know if you're tuned in, but I just got your DM. I like it. I like it. Looks better than the men's one. And that's what they are competing for here, the United States Championship. But he's not even good anymore. He got bad when the team that should not be set again. Well, I mean, he has beat you a couple times, so...
Turn down for what?
Too much.
Turn down for what?
From Manchester, England, weighing in at 200.
Christopher looks focused.
He is the United States Champion, Christopher Tiger Snow.
All right, Broad, it sounds good.
If you even think about moving, you'd better apologize.
What you just heard was me cracking open a Ray's Energy. Make sure you check them out and use coupon code Joker's 10 for 50% off your order.
These competitors are squaring off.
Fellas, ring the matches underway. AJ picks up Chris, slams him down with the form of a brainbuster.
Looking forward to this one for quite some time.
Jumps up and stomps on the elbow. Another stomp to the knee. JJI Broadcast Championship matches? Twice, I think? And AJ is getting run through the ringer by Chris. Big ol' heel kick to the bridge of the nose. Goes for the pin. The ref counts a 1. And Chris kicks out at 1. AJ grabs Chris, whips him into the turnbuckles, runs him over there. Big ol' chop to the chest. Bounce off the ropes. And a basement dropkick to the side of the head. Stomp to the wrist. And a knee to the small of the back. Another knee to the small of the back. And another one. Wearing down Chris. Hey, it still counts. He beat you. As a matter of fact, I think he pinned you once in one of those matches. So it still counts. It still counts. It's still an L on your record and a F on his. Submission by AJ to Chris. And Chris with the knees to the forehead of AJ. Big ol' elbow to the jawline. Another quick left jab. Chris grabs AJ, whips him into the turnbuckles. And a big ol' cleaver hook clothesline drops him. Chris brings AJ, and AJ reverses with a knee to the jawline. AJ goes for the pin on Chris. We got a 1, and Chris kicks out at 1. AJ brings Chris up to a vertical base, and Chris turns AJ around, picks him up, backbreaker across the knee. Another stomp to the back, and a forearm to the upper back. Chris grabs AJ, walks him over to the turnbuckles, face first into the top turnbuckles, and a big old right. AJ sidesteps Chris as Chris was trying to set him up on top of the turnbuckles. And now AJ's going to make him pay with rights to the face.
I doubt he's all that concerned at this point. Yeah, but if you count him out now, guys, you'd be making a very big mistake. Mark my words.
Oh, he only got 8 as Chris was able to push him off. Counter elbow tie up, and AJ pushes Chris out of the way. AJ grabs Chris, has control of the neck. Walks him over to the ropes, leans him up against the ropes. And Chris reverses. And now AJ's going to reverse. Takes him down with the Hurricanrana. And a stomp to the wrist. I don't think he got all of it though. Goes for the pin. The ref counts a 1. The ref counts a 2. And no, Chris kicks out at 2. And AJ can't believe it. Big ol' forearm to the upper back. Chris bridge suplex on AJ, plants him. Roundhouse to the spine. Chris brings AJ up to a vertical base, puts him in a side headlock, and what a DDT plants him. Chris is lining up AJ to put this one away. Alex trained him. Yeah, okay. Alex done a lot of training, right? Samoan driver connects by Chris to AJ, goes for the pin. The ref counts a 1, the ref counts a 2, and Chris retains once again. Chris is a fighting champion.
Let's look back on the action from the last match. Look at him go. He's getting after it here.
And no one bet on Chris to win.
Yeah, he's putting in the work. Every single minute of this one was memorable.
Chris still currently holds his spot at Joker Mania. Like I said, Joker Mania is a little over 2 weeks away, and the only way to get a spot on Joker Mania is to be a title holder or a Rumble winner. So Chris looking to move on to Joker Mania. It's all good, Wolf. It's all good. Alright, our next match is a 2v2 Extreme Rules matches. We got the Nation, Tia and Lee, going up against the Alliance of Doom, Ji, Woo, and Katomi Kyoga. Bets are live. Place exclamation bet space 0 for the Nation, 1 for the Alliance, followed by nurse space press from 1 to 1,000 Jokers.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Yes. Yes. They are an Asian alliance, the Alliance of Doom. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And just think, this is some of the action you get to look forward to when you join us in Season 4. Making their way down to the ring. They have overall record of 3 wins and 3 losses. They're the team of Lee and Tia. They are the Nation. Some people call it the Nation Assassins because they wear those swords on their back. Well, when you only have 3 women tag teams, there's going to be a lot of matches against one another. The Nation, the Alliance, and ladies of BBF. That's why I'm hoping we get more women in Season 4 so we get more tag teams. Making their way down to the ring. They have overall record of 5 wins and 4 losses. They're the team of Ji, Woo, and Katomi Kyoga. They are the Alliance of Doom. And like I said, don't forget, at the end of the show today, we will be revealing the titles. All but one, because the one title someone's making for me and I haven't received it yet. But we will be revealing all the titles except for one that will be happening on Season 4. Me and the GMs got together last night and decided on these titles. They all look and enjoy them, so. And the Nation went after the Alliance. This is Tornado Tag. It is Extreme, so it is first pinfall or submission to a victory. There is no countouts, and everything goes. So we will see what happens. The Nation taking it to the Alliance right now. T picks up G, slams her down on her back as Lee is just dropping boots to the face of Katomi. Once again, the Nation back in control. All right. I got your DM on Discord. Okay, that's fine. Now, the way it's set up is that they actually meant that I have it set up to where they could start off as face or heel, but throughout the season they can change. We witnessed that with Mrs. Death. Mrs. Death turned heel last week. Mrs. Death is on the main roster. And now the Nation still in control of the Alliance right now. Min says he's got a surprise for season 4. A special woman. It's a secret. Well, it won't be a secret when I have to get her. So yeah, that's how it works, Master, is that I have it set up in my universe that they can change mid-universe automatically if they want. So, and we noticed that, like, with Mrs. Death, she's been a face all season, and she just turned heel last week. So, and once again, the Alliance hasn't really mounted much in this match. As the Nation saying, we got a submission hold. Will G tap? Katomi back up to her feet. She's got to get in here. No, G is going to fight out of that. She's related to Alex Starr. All right. And now Katomi has a submission on Lee, but on Tia, but Tia was able to fight out of it. And Lee with a big old right knocks G all the way down to the ringside area. Katomi's taking it to Tia inside the ring right now. Katomi drops Tia on her face inside the ring, brings her back up to her feet. And an armbar L, and G just tossed Lee into the steel steps. And now G is going to introduce the first toy in this match. She introduces a ladder. We got a pin inside the ring. And Lee manages to break up the pin as she was dealing with the ladder. She uses the ladder on Lee, but Lee hops right back up. She didn't get all of it. G tosses the ladder out of the ring. And now Lee is going to take it to Katomi inside the ring right now. The Nation too busy gloating. That's going to cost him as the Alliance is starting to come back, which was short-lived as Tia just hit a right. We got a 1, we got a 2, and G kicks out.
This one's not over yet. She's still in this one.
Oh, what a double team by the Nation on G. Both of them roundhouse, one to the back, one to the chest. Another double team. Great teamwork between the Nation. Katomi's still out. She's starting to come to, and this gives the Nation time to soften up G inside the ring. Katomi's back inside the ring now. We got a pin inside the ring. Katomi's going to break the pin up. What a right by Tia to Katomi. And Katomi answers back with a kick to the midsection. Oh, a big old boot, and Tia's been knocked all the way to the ringside area. Lee is in the ring by herself now with the Alliance. And Lee's going to toss G over the top rope and go and assist her partner right now.
Thank you for choosing to spend your Wednesday night with
And she does not that. She doesn't do that as G comes in. Oh, and G, look at the clothesline to the back of the head. And yes, I do have social medias. Please like, follow, or subscribe. Those links, just click on them, take it to social media, make sure you do it. If not, if you happen to catch us on YouTube, the links will be down in the description. G picks up Lee.
Yeah, that was lightning quick. You have to wonder what's going to happen next.
Walks her over. No, her back gave way. G could have an injury. Her back gave way as she's trying to walk Lee over to the steps. We got a pin inside the ring. We got a 1, we got a 2, and oh, I don't know if Katomi kicked out or G broke it up. It's a lot happened right then there. Eat the feet by G to Tia. And now she goes back on Lee. Double elbow to the top of the head. The Alliance back in control now. Katomi extends the arm of Lee. Stomps on the elbow. Rolls over. And now is Katomi thinking here? She stands on the arm and stomps on the hand, the wrist of Lee.
I can't believe everything that's transpired thus far. It's been so physical.
And Katomi really showing some aggression right now on Lee. And Tia finally gets back inside the ring, goes right after G with that clothesline instead of helping her partner. Question her decision there. Stomp to the chest and shoves the boot right underneath the chin. Katomi with the double knees to the back of Lee. And Tia's going to pick up Katomi. Quick left jab. Another jab. Kick to the back of the knee. Another kick to the back of the knee. And a third. And now we got a double. Katomi tosses Lee over the rope, trying to fight out of that predicament she was in. And it cost her, as Tia has the submission locked in. G hasn't made it up to her feet yet. Will Katomi tap? G's now back up to her feet. And Tia releases hold, but Lee's going for a pin, and G breaks up the pin. Oh, look at the quick strike ability by Lee to G. And now Lee has a sleeper hold on G, has it locked in. Will G tap out as Tia is taking it to Katomi, keeping her out of play here. Tia's lining up Katomi right now for her finisher. And there it is, another submission. The Nation is in full control. Both competitors have been in submission holds, and I don't know if Katomi's going to make it out of this one. Katomi somehow manages to survive, and now Lee sets up G, has her hanged up on the top turnbuckle there. And it looks like Lee is going to go coast to coast. T making sure G don't escape. Oh, coast to coast by Lee to G, but that took some out of Lee as well. So T is going to go for the pin. We got a 1, we got a 2, and the Nation are your winners. What a match. Wait, what's going on? I wanna be the very best. Is there some tension between the Nation? Because Tia was calling for someone to come to the ring. I don't know what happened there. I think there was some tension going on there. That could be bad for the Nation, who's been on a roll lately. Our next match is for the Joker's Invite Men's Championship. It is a triple threat as Wesley goes head-to-head against Alex Starr and against Aaron. Aaron is your champion. This is a title match, so bets are doubled. Place for exclamation bet space 0 for Wesley, 1 for Alex Starr, or 2 for Aaron, followed by nurse space rest for 1 to 1,000 Jokers. Yeah, there might be a split up there. There might be a split up. I don't know what happened there. Nation's been on a tear, though, so I'm surprised that they would be wanting to split up. Now, remember, Alex Starr is still suffering a nagging injury to his head. He hasn't been able to recover because he keeps fighting. He's stubborn. He don't know how to take a week rest. Making his way down to the ring. He has an overall record of 4 wins, 11 losses, and a draw. He is Wesley.
You think you know me?
Men's like, Alex don't need rest. Well, he needs to be cautious because he might not ever recover from that injury. I know he knows we're only like 14 days away from Joker Mania, so I understand he wants to have that title to compete at Joker Mania, but he needs to take a week off, I think. Or at least a show. At least take a day off. Making his way down to the ring. He has an overall record of 16 wins, 18 losses, and a draw. He is a former 3-time JJI broadcast champion. He is a former Joker's Invite men's champion. He is Alex the Star. He was unfairly put in that title match when he lost it because he was injured. Hey, that is not my problem. Alex said he's a fighting champion. So if he's a fighting champion, he's going to answer all challenges. He just happened to get a challenge. He accepted it. So making his way down to the ring. He has an overall record of 2 wins and 3 losses. He is the current Joker's Invite men's champion. He is Aaron Solow. Well, that's not really a fighting champion if he's only going to fight to accept challenges on ones that he knows he can win. That's actually being a coward, in my opinion. So you're saying Alex is a coward? Okay. A fighting champion accepts any and all challenges, not ones that they think they can win. And that is the title they're competing for here tonight, which will be getting a revamp, which you'll see for Season 4. The bell's ringing. The match is underway in this fatal 3-way. One fall or submission to a victor. So the champion doesn't even have to be pinned to lose his title, which is how Alex lost his title. He was in a 3-way and he wasn't even pinned and he lost his title. So he's looking for a matter of revenge here. And Aaron blocks Wesley, hits him with a left. Aaron won the title on his first ever title match. And this is his first ever defense. He won the title last week. And yes, we here at JJI do not tolerate any type of racism, harassment, political talk, or discussion of ages. If you're found to be discussing any things in chat or whispers, the mods or I will punish you the way we seem fit. Mods do have final say, and you cannot and will not argue, or you will be purged. Wesley grabs Aaron, tosses him into the turnbuckles. Kick to the knees, another kick to the ribs. Wesley sets up Aaron, and Aaron runs right into the turnbuckles, and Wesley hits him with a kick to the top of the head. Wesley with the snaplex, and an elbow to the top of the head, pointing elbow to the top of the head, and a jump up hurricanrana by Wesley to Alex. Wesley brings Alex up to a vertical base, picks him up, and slams him down. Wesley drops the elbow to the ribs of Alex. And a stomp to the chest, maybe the head area, targeting the injured head.
Corey, I have to disagree with your earlier comment. I'm with the masses on this one. I think tonight is the night we crown.
And now Alex and Aaron's going at it after Wesley's been indisposed at the moment. Alex grabs Aaron, sets him up.
In a precarious position here. I don't like where this is heading, Michael.
And transitions and hangs him up on the top rope, and Wesley hits him with a heel kick. And Alex with the kip up too after that kick hits Wesley with a knee straight in the chest cavity area.
The challenger's starting to slow down a bit here.
Alex brings Aaron up to a vertical base.
Looking closely here, it doesn't
Puts him in a side headlock. And now the quick strike ability by Alex, followed by the big old knee to the jaw on Wesley with the sneak attack on Alex from behind. Oh, a jumping, spinning heel kick, and Alex is down. He might be out because that targeted straight, that was right on the head, that injured head of Alex. You can see him grabbing his head right away. Oh, and Wesley, what a move on Aaron, goes for the pin. The ref counts a 1, and Aaron happens to kick out, and Wesley does a kip up now. And Alex did not take kindly to that kip up, hits him with an elbow in the small of the back, rolls him through, butterfly DDT connects. Alex with a stomp to the wrist of Wesley. And now has the submission on Wesley.
Wise move for him here, Michael.
Aaron's going to break up the submission, though, because he don't want to lose his title. Oh, and Alex with the slap and the kicks to Aaron, trying to get him out of the way. Hangs him up on the middle rope like yesterday's laundry. Jumps up and drops the knee right on the spine with all of his weight. Alex grabs Wesley, tosses him into the turnbuckles. Wesley reverses. Wesley positions Alex up against the turnbuckles, grabs him, and lawn darts him into the steel pole. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no protective padding on those poles. That is straight shoulder meets steel.
And that one grounds him. I didn't realize he had such a glass jaw.
Wesley drags Alex towards middle ring. Aaron's back up to his feet now. Wesley realizes Aaron turns Wesley around, grabs him, puts him in a side headlock. Headbutt drops Wesley. Misses with the stomp. Connects with that stomp, though. And now going for the submission on Wesley. But I think there was a rope break.
To be picked off in the end. And guys, I can't help but wonder if we're going to see that again here tonight.
Oh, Famouser connects by Alex to Aaron. And now Alex looking to put this one away.
His shoulders are down.
And Alex regains the title.
He's done it. Now let's take a look back at these guys in action.
Boom, headshot! Boom, headshot! Boom, headshot!
I was waiting for something like that from you, Mint. And Alex is now your new Joker's Invite Men's Champion. All right, Broadhead, I got your DM. And the only one that bet on Alex was himself.
He looked very impressive in that win here tonight. Beating one WWE competitor is hard enough, but turning back two, that's just plain impressive. I think I can safely speak for all of us when I say that was an amazing contest.
Welcome back. So, as of right now, Alex has marked his spot on Joker Mania, but can he hold on to the title for the next 2 weeks, or will someone take it from him before Joker Mania? Our next match is for the Joker's Invite Women's Championship, as we got Violet Knight going up against Alex Watson in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Bets are live. Place for exclamation bet space 0 for Violet or 1 for Alex. Followed by nurse space for 1 to 1,000 Jokers. And this is a title match, so all bets are doubled. Alex Watson, the other Alex, has been a fighting champion. She has taken on any and all comers, and she don't throw a fit when she, if the odds are stacked against her, like some other Alex I know.
The following contest is a Falls Count Anywhere match. And it's for the Women's
You suck.
Championship.
You didn't like that, Mint. You didn't like that one bit. Making her way down to the ring. She has an overall record of 7 wins and 11 losses. She is a former queen of spring. She is a former queen of summer. She is a former queen of winter. She is Violet Knight. Believe it or not, this is our main event of the match card. We went through this match card rather quickly. Mint trying to get a free-for-all, exclamation FFA, if you would like to compete in it. The only queen she hasn't done is Queen of Fall, because we have not had a Queen of Fall. And unfortunately, the seasonal titles will not be making a comeback next season, unless I get an ample amount of people wanting them to come back. But but as a good exchange, I'm going to be introducing a new title for the women. Making her way down to the ring. She has an overall record of 17 wins and only 5 losses. She is the Joker's Invite Women's Champion. She is Alex Watson. And Mint's also trying to get a heist going in. Trying to get a heist. Exclamation heist followed by a space and the amount you want to bet for it. So we got a free-for-all, exclamation FFA, and a heist, exclamation heist space, and then the amount of 1 to, I believe it's 1,000 Jokers. That time it didn't get me, man. Tiger's like, oh man, my hearing. That also will begin a new overhaul, which you'll see all the titles for season 4. Actually, we should be able to see all of them because the other one's completed, so I'll have to get it off Community Creations. Not enough people is interested in the free-for-all, so the free-for-all has been eliminated. But the heist is on, and Brought It Out is the only one that walks away from that heist with some money.
Get ready for some WWE magic.
And yes, like I said, if you've not heard about Ray's Energy, this beauty right here, make sure you check it out by clicking that link. If you happen to catch us on YouTube, links are down in the description. And if you do decide, make sure you just keep on code Joker's Den for 15% off your order.
Unacceptable!
Money, Alex drops more than ever.
Unacceptable!
And Violet, I think Violet actually would be a good competitor for Alex. I don't think these two have faced one another yet. And Violet has won just about every single title but this one. So I think this will be a good match between the two. It is a false count anywhere, so we will see. And Violet drops Alex down on her back. Roundhouse to the back. Didn't phase Alex. Alex gets right back up to her feet. Oh, what a drop kick by Alex to Violet. Kick to the ribs. Stomp to the back of the knee. Alex rolls Violet over onto her back. Sets her up for the magical swing, as she calls it. And Alex not done yet. She drops all her weight on that knee. Hooks the other one. Now has a submission on Violet. And Violet's going to fight out of a right jab straight to the forehead of Alex. Violet grabs Alex, puts her in the side headlock. And a headbutt drops Alex. And Violet brings Alex up, and Alex reverses, tosses her over her shoulder all the way down to the canvas. Goes for the pin. The ref counts a 1. The ref count, no. Violet kicks out at 1. I need to come out of a bag during Alex Watson's right, Mint? All that money she drops. I mean, when you're champion, you make money. Especially as a women's champion. Oh, you know what I forgot to do, Alex? Star, remind me. I got to give you your spin bonus. Remind me after this match. Elbows to the chest. Stomp to the back. It's all good, Jake. It's all good. Thank you for tuning in. The stream's pretty much almost over with anyways. This is the main event of the match card. We got the JJI broadcast, and then I'll be reviewing the Season 4 titles. As well as the new names for the shows for Season 4. Rear naked chinlock by Violet to Alex.
Stan Stasiak in 1973 immediately comes to mind, as does Diesel squaring off against Bob Backlund in 1994.
And Alex is going to try to power out of this. Elbows to the stomach area. And a facebuster drops Violet. Alex brings Violet up to a vertical base. Kicks her in the midsection, sets her up to put this one away. Sit down, powerbomb connects. This could be it. Alex is setting up for her finisher now. Thank you, Tigry. Or Tigry. Or Tigger. Or Tiger. It's not quite Tiger because the E and R switch, so I don't know exactly how you pronounce it. Violet with the scissor headlock DDT drops Alex. No, the jobber didn't make an appearance tonight. But Alex Starr did regain his title. Now we got a pin, we got a 1, we got a 2, and no, barely Alex was able to get up her shoulder. Now Violet's setting up Alex for the submission.
She better do something fast.
And Alex powers out of the submission hold.
Not a lot of people could break out of that one, Michael. What impact.
What a move by Alex, showing all her strength. And now Alex is going to take a bow. Like, admire my work here. But Violet's going to make her pay with the chin buster reversal. And now we got some momentum building by Alex against Violet. Oh, what a spine buster. Alex grabs Violet, setting her up for the submission here. This is painful. It can hyperextend that knee, hyperextend the hip. Pop the knee out of, that didn't work either. Sorry, Mitt. Pop the knee out of this, out of socket and everything. Alex goes for the pin. The ref counts a 1. The ref counts a 2, and Alex retains. I'm impressed with that one. I thought Violet would be a good competitor for her. Alex just woman handling her way through the division here. And as of right now, Alex still keeps her spot at Joker Mania. And everyone that bet on Alex Watson, which was brought up myself and Mint, won their bets. And see, I thought right there Violet would have put it away, because Violet has put away a number of competitors with that move right there, but Alex manages to get her shoulder up just in the nick of time after that. Look how close that was. Violet almost walked away with the title there. And Alex once again retains her title, and it still sits on top of the women's division here. Yeah, Alex Watson has been putting on a dominant title reign. She has taken just about every competitor that came her way and put them in their place. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not